Shabbat Shalom and welcome to Israel Update. I've got Dubi joining me today. So Dubs, are you there?
Yes, I'm right here.
So Dubs, obviously there's so much going on with Israel right now. There's so many different things I've just seen on the news, people talking about, apparently there's a 60-day ceasefire. There's other Republicans that have, introduced a bill to get the US to give Israel the
B2.
The B2s. What do you think is actually going to happen, and what do you think is going on with regards to yet another potential ceasefire?
So it's very interesting because nowadays we live on True Social and things are being posted like far before even the government sit down to make decisions and everything. But I think it's a different style. It's a different politics. I think that, sometimes in the old world, it was very much different where we knew exactly where the horse is and where the carriage was.
Yes.
Here you put the carriage a little bit in front of the horses. But I think that Donald Trump, he knows what he's talking about. I think that a lot of Israelis now, even on the right wing, have seen that we kind of almost hit the wall with the situation in Gaza. And I'm saying that because we are still fighting with 1.5 hands tied behind our back.
Yes.
And we're still fighting under international rules that don't apply to any other nation,
Yes.
only to Israel. And I said it so many times before, and you agreed with me in all of our updates when we're dealing with the Gaza war. We said under these terms and these circumstances, we will not be able to literally win the war. The thing is that our goals is to get rid of Hamas as the governing power in Gaza, to exile their leaders or send them to meet their creator.
Yes.
Do something that they will not have control over a place where they can start launching another attack over Israel. The way that it is now, even when Israel is not in charge of giving humanitarian aid, even if there is an external company that is doing all that, and the Hamas is killing the security people that are watching over those who are supplying their own people with food, you don't see it in the news over there. The world is blaming Israel for that.
Yes.
We have an impossible situation to win. And we are understanding also from people on the right side of the government as well, including Bibi and the beehives that surround him. Listen, man, we try to square the circle. We try to invent something new. But the way it is with the pressure around Israel, with some elements with the Republican government of the United States as well, they will not let you go through with what you want to do, not at least under these conditions. And therefore, I think that there will be a ceasefire. I think that Bibi is planning to come to Washington, D.C. this next Monday, literally boots on the ground in Washington, D.C. It's going to be the third or the fourth time.
Yeah,
I think this never happened before, a lot in such a short period of time. And I think that he's not going to get the keys to the airplane before he's going to sign up what Donald Trump is demanding. And the ceasefire is something that we literally need to go through now, because that's been too long, over 600 days, and all these times that we have hostages, 50 of them still in Gaza, in the cloth of this beast, in the tunnels of the Hamas. And something has to be done. Something has to change. So I think that it's for the better now, as the situation is almost impossible to go through with the American demands, especially now after the Americans stood next to us
with Iran
and supported us with Iran and with everything else, especially when we're hearing now that there is a bill to be passed that Israel would be able to use the B-2 bombers. I mean, they're not giving them to us, but they're going to allow us to use them, and the bunker crackers, bombs, and all these kind of stuff. This is something that is unprecedented, never been given to any of the American allies,
never
not
before.
Even Britain,
No.
not even Britain. So we're hearing things that are literally encouraging Israel to understand that we will not be in a place where Iran is going to regain its power, because we will be even those who can operate those bombers. We will not be in a place now again when Israel is going to be pushed to the wall and intimidated of its destruction. So my point of view now, as you know me, I'm usually much more militant, but
yes.
I'm forced to compromise,
okay.
To realize and understand that something has to be done in order for us to advance towards the goals of the war. If it's not getting rid of Hamas immediately, at least releasing our hostages. And you know what? Even if there'll be international guarantors to the Hamas that Israel is not going to restart the war, I think there'll be conditions in the future. If they're going to break and breach the agreement, there'll be and they will do this because they can't change their nature.
They will always do that.
This is who they are.
Yes.
They're always plotting and always deceiving and always trying to go around from one side and attack from the other side. We will have enough good reasons and support and backup to go back to fight them if the conditions will demand it.
Yes. Now, Dubes, my other question just for the show, and I'm just encouraging everybody who's watching now on a Friday, make sure you go back and watch Wednesday. Doobie joined Donna and I, and it was a really fantastic time together. So make sure you go back and watch that at houseofdestiny.tv. But for today, for Friday's show, Dubes, do you think the Abraham Accords are going to be expanded? What do you think is going to happen from here? Do you think that more countries are going to join in with this, with President Trump's original plan from his first term? Do you see more Arab nations looking to make peace officially with Israel, looking to sign trade agreements? What do you think about where that's at right now?
It depends on one thing. It depends on the priorities and the determination of President Donald J. Trump.
Okay.
Only on his will to proceed with the Abrahamic Accords, it's not enough. It's not enough, even if he wants it now, because in action, he needs to be much bolder with what Iran is doing right now.
Okay.
The situation is that the war with Iran, even though it seems like it stopped somewhere, it's an unfinished game.
Yes.
It's not finished. The Iranians are saying they're not going back to the negotiations with the international community. They just announced to the committee that supervises the atomic energy that they're not going to renew their their mandate to come and visit in Iran. They are turning their back on the international community right now. They're trying to paint a painting to their own people as if they won the war, as if their people, their sacrifice has reached something that eventually made Israel and the U.S. fold, because they have told the world that after examining, and maybe there is some truth into that, after examining the results of the huge, massive attack of the B-2 bombers on their nuclear facilities and whatever, they didn't even scratch the surface, and they can go back into enrichment of plutoniums in the next few days as they wish. And we're hearing voices and noises and background noises even from the Pentagon and Washington, D.C., from people that supposedly to be in the intelligence community in America, sharing with the New York Times and other fake medias about the fact that they've been supervising and monitoring the effects of the American attack, and it didn't do much. So you're hearing that even from the closest circles of the American intelligence, they must clean the stables in Washington, D.C. There's too many opponents to this administration that are still maybe remains of the old administration. I think that Trump, with all the issues that he had to face in the first 130, 140 days of his administration, he didn't really have a minute to cleanse the stables back there in Washington, D.C., and to apply and nominate the right people for the right positions and build the right beehives around him. You know, he was preoccupied with the negotiations and trying to ignite the negotiations between Russia and Ukraine. He was bringing peace to two mega, nuclear superpowers in the Far East.
Yes.
India and Pakistan. He's been dealing with the situation of Iran.
Everything.
He's been working on the Abrahamic Accords. He's been passing bills within the U.S. to fight anti-Semitism. The man was busy above his head.
Yeah.
And I think now he needs a little bit of time to work on his administration, on the real beehives, to build a government and people and a surrounding environment where they can back up his decisions and what the government of America wants to achieve. There's a lot of work to do, but he was really busy with many things. And unfortunately, now it's the time, first and foremost, to be in one accord between Israel and America. And we're seeing that by the bill that is about to be passed, hopefully, with this, enabling Israel to use American weapons. Donald Trump's determination to intervene should the situation requires it with the mayoral elections in New York City as well.
Big one.
The last incredible, how do you call it, a decision, I would say, by the United States Office of Immigration to ban the terrible ban of anti-Semites, this villain man, Bob Villain or whatever his name, to come into the U.S. and incite and ignite and incite hatred and anti-Semitism there, like to not grant them a visa to come to the U.S. This administration is very busy in fixing a situation that has been deteriorating for a long time. And all the opponents can say is they can try, when you're lying, you try to impose the lie to your opponent. So they say Donald Trump is an anti-Semite. There's nobody ever fighting anti-Semitism
the way
that I've seen right now. And just give us a break with all this fake news that surrounds us all the time. And even in Israel, they gain supporters in Israel because they read like very so-called respectful
like the BBC.
establishments like BBC, CNN, and all these things, and New York Times, and the people are thinking, that's the truth.
Yeah, correct. Well, Dubes, thank you so much for your insight. Always a pleasure and a joy to have you here. Everybody who's watching, thank you for your support. We wouldn't be able to do this without you. And for all the Americans, we say happy 4th of July. And let us celebrate and be grateful for the freedom that we have. And we'll see you next week here, as always, on Israel Updates. God bless you guys.
I'm very excited to celebrate the 4th of July on the soil of the U.S.
There it is.
In America right now. I've been invited to several parties. So I'm really looking forward to
this. Going to be doing it.
To this nice little hot dogs.
It's going to be fantastic. So happy 4th, everybody.
And fireworks.
Yes, happy 4th. And let's thank God for the freedom that we have and trust Him for His continued protection over the U.S. and Israel. God bless you guys.
May the 4th be with all of us.
Hello, friends. I'm Donna Clement Petrushka, and I am honored to invite you to something truly extraordinary, the Kim Clement Prophecy Vault. Now you can gain unprecedented access to my father's entire digitized video archive. Every prophetic moment, every powerful teaching, every anointed worship session is now available to you in the Prophecy Vault. Plus, I'm excited to share that my dad's special School of the Prophets teachings are included, offering you deep, transformative lessons on hearing God's voice and understanding His revelations. Your partnership is crucial. Not only will you gain access to these incredible resources, but you'll also help us continue the vital work of preserving, digitizing, and adding new Kim Clement material to the archives. I'm inviting you to step into the Kim Clement Prophecy Vault. Let's embark on this journey of revelation together, and I can't wait to see you inside.
We live in an isolationist society.
Yeah.
Where today more than ever, it's less community-oriented than ever before, and that's because of the internet. The internet has done some great things, but it's also done some terrible things.
We didn't take on their attitude, well, we're gonna hate you back. No, we decided to walk in love.
We don't know what someone right above us or right next to us, we don't know what they're going through.
Watch now at real-faith.tv.
We here at the House of Destiny are partnering with you to let our viewers, of course, know about your company. It's Beverly Hills Precious Metal.
Andrew, explain how that works.
So I'll walk you through it right now. So if you go to bh-pm.com, right there on the homepage, you'll see a form that you could fill out. And that form is very important in letting us know how we can help you. So you just put in your first name, last name, email address, phone number. There's a section that says, how did you hear about us? And in there, put Kim Clement. And then there's a portion where you could write a couple of notes down on the bottom. Usually within about 24 to 48 hours, we'll contact you by phone call, and then we'll go over everything with you. This isn't a high pressure deal. We always recommend that if you feel uncomfortable, take a step back, pray about it. You will gain the answers that you need by doing that, and come back to us when you're comfortable.
To celebrate our newest launch, Rev 7, I'm bringing you an amazing introductory offer, plus an exclusive overstock sale that you're not going to want to miss. Rev 7 is our premium energy drink that tastes great and gives you energy all day with no jitters and no crashes. That's because there's no sugar and no caffeine. I'm so sure you're going to love Rev 7 that for a limited time you can try our 3-pack absolutely free. Or check out our Percale bed sheets. I can't believe I'm even going to say this. Every color, every style, every size, only $29.88. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to save 20% on our Rev 7 12-packs or try our introductory 3-pack absolutely free. And our Percale bed sheets, all sizes, only $29.88, even the queens and kings. Inventory is extremely limited, so order now.